Hello again, I am Drew, and this is Chef Carlo. We are
from
live.
Rocky Mount.
Studio 67 Lockerville. The Talking Food is filmed in front of a live studio audience, as you can hear. Yay!
There's only one person that comes in.
Yeah, I know.
She tells us what to do.
But we're not doing it for them, we're doing it for you. This is Talking Food, and we are live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube.
Hold on, how do you share that? Where are teenagers when you need them?
I know.
Where are teenagers
how
when you
to
need
share,
them?
I don't know how to. Wait, there's a button, go back. You were there. Go back.
Hold on.
And there's share buttons on the left-hand side.
That's a like button or a share button?
No, the like button's on the right-hand side.
Oh, look, I can see myself live.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Live.
Okay.
Okay, so share.
Share now.
Yep. Okay.
Wow.
So he's now shared it with all his followers.
All my followers.
Wait, there's a button. Go back. Okay. And now we're live on the Facebook. See? Point at the camera. See, there we are.
We can see it. Like deja vu.
All over again.
All over again.
Since that's a little bit of a delay, I think it's like 10, 15 seconds, I'm going to give myself a reminder.
Alrighty.
Well, good morning, Chef. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. UNC won last night. Woo!
Cool.
UNC won last night. Woo!
If it's not English Premier Soccer, I'm just.
It's okay. So today we continue the saga of sandwiches. Believe it or not, it's a broad range of discussion. I got a couple of emails. Oh, Chef Carlo, what is a tea sandwich? I don't understand. What is that? It's like, okay, you know what? We're going to give a couple of demos today. As you can see, we are prepared.
Oh, yes, I'm
for
excited.
us to eat and have breakfast, because I didn't have breakfast this morning.
And you're watching from your office. It smells amazing in here. The prosciutto smells so good. And
well, hold on.
Uh-huh.
If they're at the office,
right,
they can go get a sub somewhere.
They can. You can go get a sub somewhere. Where would you go get a sub? If you had to go to get a sub right now.
Where?
I'd go right here.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, I'm
we're
here
not a
and we're
franchise.
going to have okay, so let's see. If I was home and I don't want to go to the, I mean, here's the thing. At home, I don't have all of this ready. So I like to go to Harry's Theater.
Okay.
What? Yes, Harry's Theater, actually, they have excellent subs. But, I mean, on my places to go for a sub, Harry's Theater was here until Publix opened a block down the road.
Oh, until Publix. Oh, gotcha.
Then Publix went up here.
So what is it? Do they carry the same kinds of meats?
It's the same stuff. It's just,
So what makes Publix better?
I lived 17 years in Florida, and there was a Publix in every block, and everything was Publix.
And you missed it.
And I missed it.
And I
That's
like their
it.
bread. They've got good bread. And
They
if you're
have
watching
good
from
bread.
Harris Teeter and Publix, you know, we could take sponsors if you want.
Yeah, you know, just send us something, throw us a bone. We can put a little Publix thing here or a Harry's Theater.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to help us, we'll take. We work for food, basically.
We talk about it and we work for food.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we're a community college, so yeah, this is just for
And there's
fun.
tons of starving students.
Yes, believe it or not, even the culinary program, they're starving. So, okay. Publix, it's my favorite because it's like home. I mean, 17 years in Florida, Publix. Now, Harry's Theater has a great sub. Don't get me wrong, both of them, they're great. I just like Publix because of sentimental reasons.
Sure.
They both carry either their own line of cold cuts. Publix carries their own line, Harry's Theater carries their own line, and they both carry, I think, one of the best cold cut line of quality that I think, which is Boar Heads.
Boar's Head.
I think they are top quality.
I do love their the cracked. We were talking about this the other day. The cracked black pepper turkey, smoked turkey. Oh, so shaved, so thin. So
I mean, turkey, black pepper, shaved thing. I mean, what
can't
else?
go wrong.
Can't go wrong. And actually, there is. It's really hard to find mortadella, which is an Italian cold cut. I can find it in this very fancy market up in Durham called a Southern Season, actually Chapel Hill. But you find the real true Italian mortadella, which is like $22 per pound. Yeah. Wow. So
Is it made out of gold?
No, but it sings and dances.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and sometimes it has clean hands.
Oh, perfect.
Good. And for $22 a pound. And you know what? Boar's Head carries.
$22 a pound. It better be making me a sandwich.
It better be like making the sandwich for you at the same
That's
time
right.
you're slicing it.
It's like a transformer. You push a button, it turns into a sandwich.
The most delicious transformer,
Yes.
Sandwichtron.
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 That's good.
It's the Sandwichtron. And they actually have a very good mortadella Boar's Head and cut it nice and thin. Actually, my mom approved it. My mom is like, hey, it's good. It's not like the one back in the country, but it's really good.
Mama Carlo, she approves
Mama
it.
Quagliaroli approves it because she knows that it's $22 against $9 a pound. So she's like, yeah, we'll
You
take
just
the
need a
nine.
picture of her doing this, like here, and say, Mama Carlo, she approves.
I don't know if she's gonna like that.
She's probably not.
No,
Hi, Mom.
she's gonna say, oh, my hair, and that's like, oh,
Carlo, what have you done to yourself?
no, I'm not going there.
I'm working hard. That's what I'm doing, Mom. Working hard.
Now, they're really good subs, and I think Harry's Theater still has that thing on Fridays that all subs are $3.99.
Oh, cool. Just getting rid of their product?
No, they just move it because you're gonna pick up something else while you're there.
Oh, that's very true.
On soccer. Well, I used to go there for soccer season, so I used to grab a bunch of subs and here you go, kids, eat. But yeah, my choice will be if I'm around the house or if I am somewhere that there is a Harry's Theater, I'll go to the Harry's Theater. I also would prefer to go to a pizza joint. Pizza joint actually are the precursors of sandwich, like back in the day when the hoagies in Hog Island were developed, pizza joints were the one that were making the sandwiches because they had the same toppings that we put on the pizza, they would put on the subs.
Right.
And guess what else they had?
Bread.
Bread.
Because they're making pizzas.
They're making pizza.
You're making the dough. Why not make dough for
I'm
bread?
making the dough, I'm making the bread. Just throw it in the oven, and actually I made this one here at school. It's a very simple Italian dough. Just throw it in the oven.
You made that.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
I'm a culinary instructor.
I know. You've
And
got
we
all
have-
the pedigrees and everything else.
No,
It
but
just
we
still
have-
impresses me.
but you
when
know
someone
what?
makes this and it's delicious, it really impresses
But
the
you know,
heck
you
out
know
of me.
what's brilliant when I teach the students and they're clumsy. It's the first time they have ever handled dough, and then this comes out of the oven nice and steamy, and you can see their faces. It's like, that's what I'm looking for.
That's right.
That's what I'm looking for. When this comes out and the smell, and they go like, oh, this
Yeah.
is fresh bread. I'm like, I know. Or when that loaf of baguette comes out of the oven and it's nice and dark, and they go like, but it's burnt. No, it's caramelized. It's different. And it's crunchy on the outside, soft in the center. And I just take some butter and I give it to them. It's like, It's simple. We should actually, I think we should showcase the simpleness of making bread in one show.
We can pack up all this stuff, head over to your kitchen one day, and make us bread.
Spring break.
Done.
We should make that the spring break show. We
Yes.
can make the bread there and
Make
cook
bread.
it in the oven, and I'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
And so pizza joints also, they always have a good sub. They will have fresh baked bread, and they have all the toppings again in there, and they make a good. And now, the thing when talking about an independent pizza joint, I'm not talking about Pizza Hut or Papa John's or Domino's. Nothing against those guys. I rather favor the small independent pizza joint, which
Especially local, when you can support your local businesses.
you can support your local business. Around my house, there is a couple of good pizza joints: Randy's Pizza, Georgina's, Z Pizza. No, Z Pizza is gone. Johnny's Pizza also. They do a really good pie.
Cool.
Any of them paying us?
No,
Oh,
but you're
jeez.
welcome.
Oh, hey Johnny, Randy, and Georgina's.
You're welcome.
We'll wear your T-shirt on the show if you help us. Now, what is your favorite sub when you're on the road?
If I have, like, on the road, it really depends. Dietary restrictions of certain members of my family, things like that.
Talking about you.
Now you're talking about me.
I'm talking about you. If you were wild and free to roam the land with no wife and no kids, you're taking a dude's trip down to the beach.
Yeah.
It's only dudes in the car.
Honestly, my a great go-to is I like to stop in the Jersey Mike's.
Okay, they're good. They're
You
good.
know? Yeah. So I just like the way that the meats are freshly shaved. right in front of you, out of the block. And
Yeah.
I like the way that they toast. And the toppings are all the same amongst the places you go.
Yeah,
But you're
I
right,
mean-
pizza joints are great, but I have not been, if I'm going to a pizza joint, I usually go for pizza. I'm not really looking for a sub going into a pizza joint.
That's because when we go to a pizza joint, it's like pizza, pizza, pizza.
Well, that's because if I'm going to go to a pizza joint, I'm in the mood for pizza. If I'm in the mood for sub, I'm going to go target a sandwich shop. So.
Perfect example. Sunday, I went to walk around Oakwood, a very nice neighborhood in Raleigh, and since the moment I woke up in the morning, it was pizza. And I stopped at this new brewery called the Oak and the Dagger, and
It's a brewery or a brew pub?
brew pub.
Brew pub.
Yes.
So they're actually brewing in the back?
They brew in the back,
Cool.
and they have food, and it's
I've not
like,
heard of that brewery yet, so that's
yeah, it's
great.
brand new. Oak and the Dagger, and
Amazing
and,
how fast they're popping up all over the place.
Oh, God bless, keep them popping out.
Please, absolutely.
I told you, North Carolina is going to become the Napa Valley of beers.
Works for me.
Works for me
As a
too.
beer drinker, as a religious beer drinker,
Oh.
I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Trust me, I was sitting at the pub. It was a beautiful day. It was 65 degrees. The sun shining in my face. I'm chilling there with the company, and the company goes, "You're not gonna eat anything? And look at this food. Look at this menu. Like, it looks delicious. I want pizza." Oh, but
Carlo!
dude, I want pizza.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning. I was talking about pizza. Actually, my son Daniel had a sandwich, club sandwiches. Like, I want pizza. I woke up in the morning. I want pizza. I went like, I want pizza. I want pizza. I want pizza. I want pizza.
I have had days like that.
And then from there, on there, before we get home, the worst thing you can do is not forgetting having breakfast, and then you have 3 beers, and then you go like, "Ooh, I really need food now."
Yeah.
That thing is like
Did
crippling.
you get your pizza?
Yes.
See?
On Hillsborough Street, one of my favorite pizza joints is called I Love New York Pizza.
There you go.
That's the name of the joint. I Love New York Pizza.
Is it the big slices of pie that you roll?
Big
and
slices.
thin crust and
And New York style, not too thin, not too thick.
Right.
And they had my favorite pizza, the white pizza. I stopped there and I had my pizza.
boom.
And the bottomless of my son, after he ate the sandwich and the fries, a slice of pepperoni.
Right.
And then we went on with our day, and we ended up making burgers at home. But see, it's like when a pizza shop, I want pizza, 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 pizza. And they had sandwiches there.
Right.
And they make their own bread there, but I'm a pizza, 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 pizza. My mission is to consume pizza. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jersey Mike's, I like Jersey Mike's. And unfortunately, when you go there when there is a rush, because they have their commitment to slice every single meat in there, I admire that commitment. I honestly don't think that scientifically there is a reason if you pre-slice all your meat. I mean, yes, the oxygen is going to get in touch with your cold cuts. They're going to oxidize. It's going to take a while.
Well, I think it's more of a display sort of thing. We are not like other sub joints. We are going to slice this in front of you.
Yeah, that is a mission statement.
Yeah.
That is the way they operate. But sometimes when you walk in there and it's rush hour and there's a line of 10 people, it's like, okay, get ready, because
Yeah.
they're gonna slice every single, and then the people that go in the front thing are like, I don't know what I want. It's like, for the love of God, you've been standing here
You've
for
been
15
in line for
minutes,
15 minutes.
and you don't know what you want. Oh my God, it's Jersey Mike's, it's subs. Pick a topping, pick a
Right.
bread, move on with your life. And then, oh, can I, after they put away everything, oh, can I have a little bit more salami? Clack, right into jugular. Oh my God, it's a sub, move along.
Talking food does not propose stabbing people in the jugular vein
That's
while
not
standing in
stabbing.
lines.
No, that's my toothbrush that I carry
Oh,
in my
is that what
back
it is?
pocket. I eat the whole day. I gotta have always like,
You gotta have the pretty pearly whites.
yes. And you don't stab, you whack it.
Okay,
with it.
so if you're on a trip, okay, and now we will go to different places and search local food joints, and ignore everything. But if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm looking for a sub and it's got to be a chain, who would you go? Where would you go to a franchise, or would you?
Well, it depends what's out there.
Right.
I mean,
There's a lot of places out there.
unfortunately, the last one will be Subway.
Right.
Nothing wrong with the chain. I think they're doing a fantastic job, but everything tastes the same. It's not so fresh. No, it's Subway. It's okay. I mean, if the last Subway would be my last choice before going to McDonald's or Burger King.
Woo! Wow.
Was that too rough?
No. In my mind, McDonald's and Burger King are like the lowest of the low. That's like, you know.
Yeah. So it would be like Chipotle.
Uh-huh.
Because if I want food, if I'm on the road, I don't want a sub. Okay, Chipotle. But if I was a sub, it's like,
Okay.
down there. Jimmy John's is not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
They make sandwiches fast. I don't know how they do it. They're fast.
Everything's pre-cut.
Yeah, they have everything pre-cut, pre-sliced. I wish they wouldn't use the pre-packaged veggies.
Because you can taste it. You can taste the difference, especially in the lettuce.
You can taste the difference because the lettuce is pre-packaged, God knows where in Pennsylvania. And you have to add some antioxidants in there. You have to add something so it doesn't turn brown.
Right.
And then these joints that just open the bag and they just like pour in there. So it's not that hard to slice your lettuce and your tomato.
No, they even make machines for it. You're gonna go.
Yeah, and if you don't have the machines, just have a couple of your guys come an extra hour early in the morning, and or ladies or whoever is working in your place, and having sliced of stuff fresh. It's not that hard. It's actually it can taste the difference.
It makes all the difference in the world. It's like the difference between winter tomatoes that you buy from the store and farm fresh tomatoes.
Oh, like this tomatoos that I have here
sliced
up.
Oh my God.
I
Where'd you get
sliced
those?
them up.
Where'd you get them?
Actually, Harry's Theater is the
hydroponic.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like to buy those because they pick them only when they're ripe. They don't pick them green and they don't gas them.
Yeah.
So actually, tomato sandwich. Now the summer comes.
Right.
Oh my God, I love to go to the farmers market and we get this Johnston County tomatoes. I call them ugly tomatoes because they are knobby and ugly, but they are the juiciest tomatoes, and I just slice them. I sprinkle oregano, salt. I like to use the flakier, coarse salt, a little bit of olive oil. I toast 2 pieces of bread, and I just go to town. Tomato sandwich.
That's it.
And I make it this thick, and cheese, I can layer some Swiss cheese because it has that pungent taste, and tomato sandwiches all summer long.
Nice. It sounds lovely.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
My go-to is a club.
You know what? The club is always satisfying. 3 slices of bread, turkey, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, bacon. I mean,
ham, American cheese, Swiss cheese, a little bit of Dijon mustard.
That's not a club. That's a fancy club.
That's the way I go, baby. That's the way I rock it.
Okay, so when you order at the restaurant,
and if your club isn't this high, it's not a club.
High. Oh, okay. Yeah. It has to be high.
Yes.
And pile up with goodie stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And I put spinach on mine too. Spinach and
that's an entree. That's a monster of a sandwich.
Yes.
That's not a club anymore. That is an Andrew club. That's a special club.
I make the Dagwood sandwiches. Yeah, the old comic strip, and he would make a comic strip from, I don't even know if the comic strips are around,
sandwiches are made like that in certain places. Like if you go to Cat's Deli in Manhattan, I order a traditional goose liver sandwich. Yeah, you were like,
no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Like, ew, goose liver. It's like, you're the goose liver.
Sorry, everything was sexy up to that point. It was like, you're talking about tomatoes, we're talking about bacon and prosciutto, ham, and all the great breads, everything else. He goes, goose liver. And I'm like, oh.
It's a Manhattan tradition. It's like old school Frank Sinatra stuff, goose liver, piled up with red onions, tomato, and mayonnaise. And they bring you this mountain of food like that, and it's all goose liver. I remember my kids were like, what's that? It smells like something died. I'm like, yeah, it's goose liver. I only order it when I go to Manhattan.
Right.
So because I don't know, it's a tradition to get over there. But it's like, kids are, something died here? It's like, yep, the goose died to give us this liver.
It was fantastic.
Okay, fine. Keep telling me about your sexy club sandwich.
No, that's pretty much it, man. But I do like you separate it out, and I only toast the ends of the bread. I do like to go with a whole wheat bread, or a good ciabatta if I can. And I'll take the ciabatta and I'll cut it into the three. So get a nice thick ciabatta, cut top, cut the bottom. You got the middle piece in there for my middle part of the sandwich. I'll only toast the ends because I like the middle to be nice and soft, and then because I'm not a big fan of toast, it usually like cuts the roof of my mouth and things like that.
There's a difference with toast and lightly toasted.
Right, and I will lightly toast everything, but Now, when I'm layering up my club, now that middle piece of bread is very important because on one side it gets that Dijon mustard, and then you put it down, and on the other side it gets a little more mayo, and then you layer everything up on top of it.
I feel we need to have the music in the background like chung, chung, pow, wow,
Yes.
chow, wow.
That's about right. Because when I'm making a club, I'm dancing.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hopefully.
I get excited. It's like
Hopefully fully clothed.
What do we have? Yes, absolutely. That's unsanitary, even in my kitchen.
Nah, whatever happens in your house stays in your house. Nobody's going to judge you. Trust me. I've done stuff in my house where it's like, I'm a CIA grad. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go. Man, we need to make that sandwich.
Yes.
Now there's a different way toasting the bread and lightly toasting it. I understand I don't like toasted bread in a sandwich, but if you take the inner side of the sandwich and you spread it with butter and you put it on the flat top or on the griddle, only one side. First of all, the natural starches, they're gonna caramelize, they're gonna turn brown. It's gonna give it some kind of a smokiness to the bread. And if you're actually toasting it in a grill, yes, like a grill where you grill steaks, then the really hot elements of the grill will mark the bread inside, give it a little bit of a burnt taste. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. It's going to mark it black, and it's just a little bit. You don't want to have the whole bread that looks like this color right here. No, it's just a little char on the bread, caramelizes those natural sugars, and it gives a smokiness effect to your sandwich. Now, you can also do it in a saute pan. I wouldn't do it in a toaster because the toaster will toast both sides.
But most toasters now come with a bagel setting. In the bagel setting, only one side of the element comes on. Yes, believe it. Yes. So if you have a toaster and it's got a bagel setting, that is to toast it's usually the inside element. So you take the bagel on the outside, the rounded parts, stick it towards the outside of the toaster, and only the inside is toasting. So you only get that. So because you want the outside of the bagel to be soft. So you can do it in your toaster.
It's fun to know what happens outside of the kitchen.
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury. We just slabber it on top of the saute pan or on top of the flat top.
Right.
I gotta start investing a little bit of equipment because I usually have like just stuff out there. Somebody's cracking out there.
I don't know.
I need to know the joke.
Probably not. You don't want to know that joke.
No, we gotta know that.
I'm not going to run after them. We have sandwiches to make.
Yes, we have sandwiches to make. Jimmy John's is your favorite. I mean, Subway is bottom of the totem pole. Jimmy John is fine. Firehouse subs.
Firehouse is extremely good.
Yes, and it's interesting because they steam their subs. And the first time I had it, it's like, oh, it's interesting. It's really soft. So they steam the bread, and it really kind of like takes shape of the sandwich, kind of like embrace. It's like a warm blanket for your sandwich. Because they don't use, because a lot of sub places, they use what we call a soft cross bread. Nobody is used to having like a hard crusted French bread, because like you said, it hurts the roof of my mouth.
Right.
Now, if you move back to Spain, they love to do their sandwiches, call them bocatas, on French bread.
I think we actually have a picture of the bocata.
The bocata, and they look at that,
there
beautiful.
It is.
Oh, it's coming.
it's yeah.
Oh yeah, we
So
have it on the
bocata.
front.
Yeah,
It's coming in the back.
bocata.
Okay, we have it on the back now.
There it is.
See, this what they call bocata. They love to do on the French bread. You have to get used to eat this because the outside is nice and crispy and the center is soft. To the American palate, that's like, ouch, it's hurting my palate. But I love them. They're delicious.
Sure.
I'm used to it. There's a technique. You just crush the bread first with your hands and then you ingest it.
Kill the crunchiness. You still get the crispiness and the crunchiness, but it's not cutting the roof of your mouth.
After a couple of years, you learn. After a couple of years, you learn. And then any other sandwich bread, they just, actually in Italy, most sandwiches, tramezzini, they are just made with a square bread. And then any other sandwiches, they don't have a specific name for any other bread. But again, but most in the United States, we use soft bread. And you know what? It works fantastic. Sure. Now, the good thing about this bad boy is when we're going to use next week, we're going to make hot sandwiches.
Yes, we are. Next week, tune in next week where we make Cuban sandwiches and Monte Cristos.
Cuban sandwiches, Monte Cristo. See, this bad boy, I baked it to be soft because when you put this one in a sandwich press, it's going to get squished up and it's going to, of course, I put like a half a pound of butter on top of it on the bottom.
Just a half pound?
Whatever I can bring over here.
just a half pound.
I have a
butter.
small cart to bring the stuff
Well, bring
here.
a full pound. Come on.
It's okay. I just got a full case of butter
That's
yesterday,
right.
and this will actually give you when you put in the sandwich press. Will kind of like squeeze in, and it will get you'll get that layer of crunchiness on the outside, and the bread inside is still going to be soft. So it's not that the full bread is toasted, because I don't like to have sandwiches on toast. Toast is when the full bread, the full slice of bread is completely hard and toasted.
Right.
When you make a sandwich with that, it's weird because you bite it, it falls into pieces, and it's completely, almost it pulverizes in your mouth. No, I want something that will hug and wrap my delicious.
And so that's the good thing about homemade bread is that you don't have. I remember somebody saying, and I can't remember. They were from Europe and they come over and they eat American bread. And it's like, why does American bread taste like cake? Because it's so sweet. Even the wheat, the whole grains, and everything else.
Because the additional sugar.
Well, sure, they've got the additional sugar, but and they've fed that to us over the decades.
Yeah, and no, what happens is we have migrated from, we had so many immigrants here from Germany and Italy and Europe, and they would make the bread like that, but the majority of American palate, they didn't favor the bread with the hard crust because they thought it was stale.
Right.
Until you actually cut it or bite it, that inside is soft. So basically the whole bread evolved into us having soft breads. Even at the supermarket, when you buy the supermarket brands like, French bread loaf, then you go like this, it's spongy. Because nobody likes the hard crust because they think it's stale.
Right.
Now, there is a renaissance of bread making coming along. And you're gonna see, I don't live here in Rocky Mount, but in Raleigh, there is all these small bakeries popping up, Yellow Dog Bakery, and I cannot remember the one on Pearson Street, but they have this beautiful loaves of bread with no preservatives.
Right.
That's just the thing. Fresh bread has no preservatives and no diglycerides, all that. I can't even pronounce it. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it.
Right.
All those diglycerides and monodiglycerides that keep the bread fresh. And also read your labels. A lot of breads have anti-spoilage agents, so they don't spoil. Basically, it's antifungal agents that are in your bread and you're eating those. Delicious.
Yeah, lovely.
How's that going to add in your body?
Well, I mean, over the course of several decades, all the additives that they put in our foods and everything else, my opinion only, have led to more cases of diabetes, more cases of obesity, more cases of high blood sugars, and all that stuff. I blame a lot of it on the fact that our foods have been so oversaturated with unnatural and synthetic chemicals.
Not only that, since they're putting antifungal on the breads, your body now, if you get skin fungus, it's going to be more. My opinion, of course, I'm not a doctor.
Nope.
But it's going to become more aggressive because your body is already full of antifungal. So whatever grows in your body is going to be even worse.
There you go. So
back to food. We're not doctors, and then
No, we're not.
We don't want to mess up with.
it's okay. It's just our
We
opinion.
don't want the FDA coming down here.
But we read a lot.
Oh yeah, we read a lot. So fresh bread is made only to be consumed today. Fresh bread with no additives will start after it's baked and cooled down. It will start absorbing moisture in the air and become stale.
Right.
Good bread is done once a day. Actually, bakeries, they do bread 3-4 times a day, depending how they sell the bread, and you're supposed to consume it right away. Hard crusted bread. Soft breads, you can bake it like this. You can put it in a nice tight container. It can last 2-3 days in the fridge. I wouldn't go more than that because it will start molding because it doesn't have all those chemicals, horrible things that they put in the food industry.
That's right. And it is a little bit of work, but you can also freeze your bread.
Oh, be careful. That very stressful moment of wrapping your bread in plastic and putting it in the freezer. Lots of work.
Yeah.
Like sweating.
It's terrible.
That's terrible.
It's horrible. You can make like 8 loaves of bread and say, I'm going to take 7 of these and freeze them.
My God,
I
so
know.
you have to wait for them to cool off, wrap them, and then freeze them?
Bummer.
And then whenever you need them, you just pull them out of the freezer?
Yeah, throw them in the oven, 15 minutes, 300.
Or go to your local bake shop and buy local bread every day.
There you
God
go.
forbid, you need to stop there.
Yeah. You ready to make some sandwiches? Take a break, make
We're
some
gonna
sandwiches?
take a break, set up here. We're gonna show up little tea sandwiches first.
That's TEA. Tea sandwiches as in tea party sandwiches, right?
What did I say?
Well, you said tea. I wrote it on there. I was like tea and sandwich. And I was like, no. That's T-E-A. Tea sandwich.
Darling, it's like the tea time that we have in England.
Yes.
Are we having tea with clotted cream?
Absolutely. We're going to put our doilies on and some tea.
Where is my black tea from the island of Ceylon?
Ceylon?
Ceylon,
Yeah.
whatever. This is my worst English accent ever.
Well, you're Italian. I don't expect you to have
I'm an
it.
Italian Cuban with trying to make an English accent. What do you expect? Well, darling, we will go for a break and we'll see in a moment. And you have to raise your eyebrow like that and then your pinky as you drink the tea.
Like that?
Yeah, that one.
That one.
We'll be right back.
Join Nash Community College Saturday, April 29th for the second annual Blue Fest. This day-long event includes the third annual Run for Knowledge, an inaugural disc golf tournament, and fun-filled events on Nash Community College's beautiful campus, including music, food, electric climb pole climb, craft beer and gourmet pizza sampling, hands-on activities, and more. See demonstrations of advanced manufacturing, beekeeping, first responders, culinary arts. Join us April 29th for a celebration of education and free family fun.
Did you know Nash Community College offers 12 degree programs entirely online? Are you interested in information technology? Explore information technology systems, network management, systems security, healthcare informatics, or web design and administration. These 2-year programs are only a few of the online associate degrees offered through Nash Online. Students receive the same quality instruction and resources as on-campus students without ever stepping foot on Nash's campus. Learn more about Nash Online today at online.nashcc.edu.
Join Nash.
Hey, and we're cut off. Adam, if you don't mind, can you move the camera up a little bit?
And come on, you can do our squats today.
I like this. I like my head cut up. There we go. We're good.
Yeah, but if we are up here, then how we get the stuff?
We got
down
another
there?
camera. Genius, right? We got another camera.
That's why I'm the cook.
That's right. Adam is controlling the other camera, and he's going to show all the beautiful things that we have down here.
That's why I'm the cook.
That's right.
Tea sandwiches.
Tea sandwich.
Do you know what a tea sandwich is?
Yes, it's a sandwich you serve at tea.
Yeah, but is it like a gigantor 16-foot long that we have on the on Super Bowl or last night when you were watching the UNC game?
No.
That it was awesome.
No, I was actually eating potato chips, I believe, and watching some. Anyway, no, tea sandwiches are very small, very delicate sandwiches. Here they are, tea sandwiches right here. Well, type of tea sandwich.
Okay, for this one, it was very simple. I like to use, and you can make your own bread on this one, but I drive a long way to come here. I did not have time to make the bread, but I did bake it. And we made a Pullman sandwich. So this is what we call a very thin slice Pullman sandwich. And they're very thin slices, and most people don't like the crust.
Right.
So what is the first thing you should do there?
Cut the crust off?
And how do you cut the crust off? Do you karate chop it?
Yes.
No, you don't. You use a knife.
So we're going to cut the crust off very gently.
You don't karate chop the bread. Wow, look at that. That is precision. That is, now you're using a chef knife.
Yes.
Another of my favorite knives too. It's the
the serrated bread knife?
serrated bread knife, but you can do fine with that one. Now, tea sandwiches, they can be, if they're like that small, they can be called tea sandwiches. Now, if you cut them in little squares, now you can call them tea sandwiches.
Gotcha.
If you stuff them, now if you serve them open face like this, now it's a canapé.
A canapé.
A canapé.
So tea sandwich.
Yes.
Canapé.
Tea sandwich, canapé.
Canapé.
Yes, and now, just to show you how easy it is to make that. So I pre-made those.
Right.
That it can be called a canapé because it's still open face, triangular. In my opinion, I made it like that, but it's a little too big for a canapé. This is a nice
Size for canapé.
Size for canapé. And I took the liberty of making some cream cheese with gravlax that we actually made here at school.
Cream cheese with gravlax.
Gravlax it's cured salmon. We didn't make the salmon here. Salmon doesn't grow on Rocky Mount. But we cure it on a mixture. No, they don't.
That would be really awkward.
That would be really awkward.
Yeah,
we have catfish and crayfish, but no
salmon and trees and stuff. Sorry. Okay.
April's Fool's Wild last Sunday, but no, we couldn't put something like that. Like, look, a salmon tree. So, very simple. Look at the difference.
Okay.
Where did I put my cutlery?
It's on the bottom shelf. You had the right side.
I love when I hide stuff from myself.
Okay.
So, if you spread it on one side,
This is a canapé.
that is a canapé. Ta-ta-ta-ta. No, we make it pretty and stuff like that. Now, look at this.
Shape it. And then see that now it's a tea sandwich.
Now it's a tea sandwich. And on tea sandwiches, I like to put cucumber in a lot of them. It gives them a fresh, crisp flavor to it.
Sure.
There's actually a lot of tea sandwiches that are just butter and canapé. It could be any combination. There's no rule of tea sandwiches. The only rule I would have is your size. Just remember, make them this cute, this tiny, this small. And if you leave it open face, it's just a canapé. Andrew, you know how to make tea sandwiches in canapé.
So do they. So do you. Tea sandwiches and canapé. Open face canapé, close it up, tea sandwich. Done.
Gone. Now, even friends on the industry, they're like, oh yeah, that could be it. I cannot wait to hear your comments afterwards.
Yeah, speaking of which, if you're watching and you have a question about making sandwiches, or especially about, what'd you call this again?
Oh, it's cream cheese with gravlax, dill, and scallion.
Cream cheese, gravlax, which is the cured salmon.
Yeah, that's actually a spread. And your tea sandwiches, they can have just a very simple ham, cheese. It always, I love to add always a crunch element.
Right.
It could be raw onions, but with raw onions, you cannot kiss afterwards or date someone, or like raw garlic.
Well, unless they're eating it too.
Oh, yes, if they're eating it too, it's fine. Pickles, it's a nice crunch element, especially if you have something fatty like this, or we made great chicken liver pate.
Oh, is this chicken liver pate?
Oh, yes.
No, that's not crunchy.
No, but you can put a little bit of either a pickle on it, since the chicken liver pate is really fatty.
Right.
You might want to have an element of acidity that helps you wash down all the fattiness.
Gotcha.
That's why your beurre blanc sauce has a little bit of wine in there or vinegar. It has that butter and acidity to help it balance.
Gotcha.
And that's why most of the time when you're going to make a canapé that has only salami or a fatty cold cut, you always want to put something acidic on top. It helps balance, because you're going to get the mouthful of, unfortunately, yes, there is fat in there, and the acid will help clear the palate.
Understood.
That's why you want to have, like, you're having a beautiful ribeye steak with great marbling and fat, and you are assaulting that steak. That's why you want to have a young red wine with lots of tannins.
Gotcha.
Tannins is acidity, and that will help you cleanse the palate for your next big chunk of.
I learned
beef.
something new. So fatty meats or a fatty spread, such as the chicken liver, add a piece of acid, a element of acid on top
Element
of
of acid.
and it helps cleanse the palate.
Just remember when we made the beurre blanc,
Yeah.
it has some vinegar in there.
Right.
It helps balance, because if you just make a butter sauce, it's just plain butter. It's
Right.
just plain fatty. Now, if you add a little bit of vinegar in there, it helps balance the whole equation.
Right.
Just like a vinaigrette, which most Italian heroes or grandeurs, they put a little bit of vinegar dressing. I made my own dressing today, and this was, sorry, I couldn't find anything fancier to bring it, but this is what we use actually here.
He's
at
coming from the
restaurants.
kitchen, so.
I just came from the kitchen, so this is the fanciest stuff I could find. You see, that's your lemon down here, and your oil. It's 1 part lemon to 3 parts oil.
3 parts oil.
You can't do only oil, flavor
Right.
oil. You could, but when you add the acid in there, it brings a nice balance into the equation. Did I just spray you with it?
You didn't. You sprayed it, but it's okay. There we go.
We've got towels.
We have
here.
expensive towels.
Yes, a very expensive. Oh boy, did I trash?
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God, Miss Linda's gonna kill me now.
She is.
Awesome. So that is how you're gonna make a little canapé and a little tea sandwich.
Right.
Very simple. Combinations are infinite. Is whatever you want. There's websites, infinite books about it out there. You can make your own spreads. Like I love chicken liver pate.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's old school. I love chicken liver pate, and it's also when it's nicely let it get a room temperature. It's also
Wow, it spreads like a dream. Look at that.
It's basically liver butter.
Right. Liver butter. All right. All right.
Come on, we made it here.
Okay, here we go. Oh, man.
Are you gonna puke or you like
Dude, that is fantastic.
it? Because it's good chicken liver pate. It's not the stuff that
That is fantastic.
it's because we made it here. No nitrates, no nothing. It's just the good stuff that we make here.
And you're right. A little bit of acid on top of that would be perfect.
It will be perfect.
Can you do so from an acid standpoint, not just pickles, but you can do maybe some olives? Even
Just-
though it's not acidic. but-
Just make sure. I mean, you can marinate your olives in vinegar to give it a hint of acidity.
Gotcha.
Now, the easiest fits. Look at this. Get a little bit of chicken liver pate. Why don't we add a little bit of Dijon mustard?
Dijon.
Dijon
Can't
mustard.
go wrong with Dijon.
It's nice and strong. That's right. Now,
Aha.
ha.
That's good.
Now, you can take also fennel, which I love fennel, and quick pickle it in vinegar, and then add that on top of the chicken liver.
Right.
And then you can make a little chicken liver sandwich with quick pickled fennel in it.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, definitely not.
How much time we have?
We have got about 15 minutes.
Okay, we need to make.
Big sandwich.
So, big sandwich. In most places, most Italian restaurants, pizza joints, you're going to have the Italian hero, the Italian grinder, which actually Subway came out, as I'm chit-chatting, try that one. The salmon one and the cream cheese is good.
Oh, yes.
Now they came out, oh, Subway has the hero, the Italian hero. It's like, we had this discussion last week. They're all the same, a big cylindrical shape. Now they call it the hero or the grinder. But, I mean,
They just changed the names.
they just changed
It's the
the
same
name.
thing.
But the Italian sub, it's basically something that came back at Hog Island, and it's the reason it was called Italian sub is because it had a bunch of. Where are you going with those?
Oh, go ahead. You keep
They're
talking.
delicious.
You keep talking. Oh, you want to leave them?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna cut the bread. You're gonna make the sandwich.
Worth. Cool.
Okay, so
You're talking about Italian subs.
the Italian sub, yes. So your Italian sub is basically any kind of bread or vessel of your preference that will hold a multiple amount of Italian cold cuts. What do we assimilate Italian cold cuts? Capicola, capacola, coppa, salame, Genoa salame, prosciutto, prosciutto piccolo, prosciutto di Parma. My God.
I feel like you're cussing at me.
Oh, that would be fun to do because you guys don't know anything about Italian.
Well, I know you're mentioning meats, but, you know,
It's okay. Well, let's keep it PG.
Okay.
My mom could be watching.
she could.
Yeah, and then I'll have to hear it from her.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You want to cut the big one?
cut the big one. Now, a couple of schools, there's people that love to cut the whole bread all the way. I like to cut mine like if I was going to put a Gigante hot dog in there. Can you handle that?
I can.
Can you handle the bread? Three quarters.
3/4.
Bring it on.
All right.
So and it's going to change wherever you go in the north. Italian subs are really popular in the Northeast. I live in Florida 17 years. There's a lot of pizza joints out there and places that do excellent sandwiches. There's a bunch of transplants from the north down there. One of my favorite shops to go, it was a place called La Spada it was on on University Drive, La Spada. They make fantastic subs in there, and they were, I think, they're from New Jersey or New York.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we're Italian. Hey, compare, come va? Tutto bene? Oh, no, we're from Jersey.
This is a different Italian.
Yeah,
We
I'm
speak
Italian
Jersey
from
Italian.
Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like, come va? Buongiorno, cosa c'è di bello? No, we don't speak Italian. So you're an American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Me
Yeah.
too, by choice. I was just born somewhere else. Now,
Got
this
it.
is how I would build my sub. Now you can split it open a little bit. Don't worry if it cracks a little bit.
No,
'cause
it looks
it's-
lovely.
Okay, now, I like to put a barrier in there so the bread doesn't get soggy.
Gotcha. What you want to use for your berry?
Well,
Please tell me you're going to pull out that Maitre d' Hotel butter. Oh, yes.
we have actually butter.
Heaven. I'm in
Heaven. Okay, so we have butter that I have seasoned with shallots and parsley. Here.
got
Be my guest.
All right.
Be my guest.
I'll see y'all later.
But hey, oh,
Don't leave
Now,
with the butter.
one thing I do with the bread is I like
You scoop out.
I scoop out a little bit.
Okay.
Because then it's too, this is my taste. So when you cut a bread, usually one side is going to be fattier than the one. So I just scoop out a little bit of bread.
You do both sides or just one side?
Both sides, baby.
Both sides.
If we're
No, you want me to scoop out both sides or just one side?
No, just one side.
Just one side, okay.
Just one side.
So we're going to put a barrier down. Why are we putting the barrier down?
So our toppings won't get the bread soggy.
Exactly.
Now we're gonna eat this the sandwich. Trust me, right now. As soon as the show is over, we're gonna be chomping down sub. But is this something that you want to do for takeaway, especially in the restaurant industry? You want to put a nice barrier in there because you're gonna have tomatoes. You might have tomatoes will leach water. Lettuce might have some natural water in it. And the last thing you want to have is a soggy sandwich. And once you get home, it's gonna be all like soggy and falling apart. And also today we're gonna finish the sandwich dress with a little bit of vinaigrette.
Oh, vinaigrette, yes.
Yeah,
which will also go through the bread.
Yeah, most sandwich shops will use a vinaigrette. It comes already in a bottle. I like to make mine with lemon, and it gives it a beautiful acidity and a little bit of rosemary. But guess what I did today?
What'd you do?
I forgot the rosemary.
You forgot the rosemary.
I'm human.
I'm human.
I'm human.
Darn it, I didn't bring the rosemary. It's
I
okay.
forgot to bring the
We
rosemary.
can always send our floor producer across the way and grab us a sprig of rosemary.
Nah, it's okay.
Very good.
Now, to make your life a little bit easier, on this side of the bread,
Could put a little mayo.
yeah, but it's not only mayo, it's malt vinegar mayo.
Oh.
What does the malt vinegar do? Bring a little bit of acidity to the patty. Because we're going to put now all these beautiful cheeses here and all these cold cuts, and they're not fat-free.
Okay, so you want to put a
Butter.
little layer?
Yeah,
of
on
malt
this
vinegar
side.
On the left side.
On the left side. So I made that one here at school. It's basically the same recipe as you use mayonnaise, but I use malt vinegar, and I might have added a little bit more than the recipe says, so I can get that really tangy malty vinegar. And if you make French fries and you dip them in mayonnaise, what? Mayonnaise dipped in French fries?
That's the German way, baby.
I know, and the Dutch.
Yes.
There's nothing more. You don't understand how good French fries are dipped into mayonnaise until you try it. And I was lucky enough to try them in the streets of in Holland, in La Haya, and in Amsterdam. They have 10 minutes. That's it.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes, and if you want to know how to make your own mayonnaise, check out our YouTube channel, Nash Com College, and search homemade mayonnaise.
and the ones in Holland dipping the fries are fantastic.
All right, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Which side would you like it on, sir?
It's on the bottom.
Of course.
I couldn't find anything fancier than putting that, but no, just like that, it's going to be fine. Then we're going to have what I call my ultimate way of making the Italian sub. I like to use prosciutto piccolo. I like to use bologna. And this is the bologna, not like the one that you buy Oscar Mayer, 99 cents for a pound.
No.
It's actually the good bologna. And it's the good stuff. It's not the one, it's not the Oscar Mayer one that tastes like plastic.
No.
So we're gonna start a little bit of bologna. And you can fold it any way you want.
Okay.
I like to half fold it and just lay it right there. There you go.
I'm gonna go this way, so it goes with the fold of the bread.
Oh, look at that.
Oh no!
Damn. We got serious here. And then we put the bologna in there. You can go heavy on that bad boy.
I'm working on it.
Because I gotta feed him, her, and is there anybody else?
My
working
boss
at
man,
back
I think, was gonna drop by too.
Oh.
I told him we were making Italian sandwiches. He's like, put it on his calendar. So.
Oh, okay, good. Well, we have enough stuff.
Yes.
Okay, now bologna is there. Now we go with some Genoa salami. Genoa salami, it's a soft salami. It's not a hard salami, and I think it goes perfect with any kind of sub.
Okay.
Yes, you can use hard salami, any kind of cured hard salami. What's going to happen is when you bite into the sandwich and you pull back, you might pull back the full slice of hard salami.
Yeah, it's true. Kind of like
Now-
when you do it with on like a piece of bacon.
Yes. Now, if you're using hard salami, then you can do canapes, because you can get a small slice of it. Oh, hold on. Switcheroo.
Switcheroo?
Oh wait, you have the prosciutto.
Yeah, you want to put the prosciutto on?
Yeah, of course.
Of
baby.
course.
Hey, I didn't wake up super early this morning to go to the Harry's Theater to get cold cuts just to like pass on that. Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Spread them out, baby. Spread them out. And then, of course, a lot of people love capicollo. We call it coppa. Here we call it capicollo. I don't like the hot one because they make it way too hot.
Super spicy.
Super spicy. I mean, I like spice, but I don't like the spice that will just remove your tonsils out of your throat.
Okay, so what's after the capricola?
Capa de colla. Well, you
Capa
have
de
nice,
colla.
beautiful provolone in there.
Yes, I love the
How we doing with
provolone.
time?
We're good. We got about 6 minutes left.
Sweet. Okay, the nice provolone. Provolone had the nice pungent flavor. And don't worry, use your hands. But wait, shouldn't be wearing gloves? Yeah, we should, but you know, we're not selling this.
No, we're all family.
We're all family.
My hands
we're
are
not.
clean.
Your hands are clean. I saw you, and we're all family. And yes, I know we should be wearing gloves, but we're not going to sell this food, and it looks not very like fun. And of course, because we can, you got to add some Swiss in there.
Now, what type of Swiss is this?
Just regular aged Swiss. It's not aged that much. You can
No, but-
see.
Oh, wow.
You can see because there's not that many holes in there.
Right.
It hasn't been aged for too long.
Gotcha.
I love.
It smells wonderful.
I love the one that has been aged, a really good aged Swiss that is almost between a Parmigiano and
Ooh.
it's really good. Okay,
All right.
now,
We'll sprinkle some oregano.
oh no, this is a mixture of thyme, bay leaf. It's what I call pizza herbs. I developed this recipe for the pizza oven outside, and it's just a bunch of dried herbs. Oh my God, dried herbs. Listen, I know fresh herbs are better, but I like to work with dry herbs because first of all, you can sprinkle them better.
Right.
And then fresh herbs, as soon as you cut it, they go black. So
And now some Dijon.
I would add peperoncini rossi. These are little peppers, and they're not spicy.
wanna cut
And you
'em?
know what? No, cut and go. Go with your hands, baby.
just throw
like
'em on
that. Yeah, just like that, like
Look at
that.
this.
They're not really hot, and they're really good, and they bring acidity into play, and because they're vinegar based. We have a gazillion likes and no questions. I guess we're doing good.
We're doing good.
Okay, and now to close it up, we need to add just a little bit of Dijon. Just like a little, like when you make sushi,
Yes.
throw me there a little line of Dijon. It's just to bring out, and I brought onions, red onions, but I'm like, we can pass on those.
Why? You're not kissing me later.
No, but then, okay, fine.
Bring on
Okay,
the
fine,
onion.
bring on the red onions. Woo-hoo, baby.
Yeah.
Those are powerful.
That's what I'm talking about right
Yikes.
there. I'll go easy on 'em.
Go easy.
Woo! Those, oh man, I just got a whole
I'm telling you, I was
snootful.
slicing them this morning. I'm like, what's
Are you
that?
crying in the culinary kitchen?
Almost. There is no crying in the culinary kitchen.
There's no crying in kitchens.
Only when you hide in the cooler and the walk-in cooler and you lock yourself in there. That's the only therapy
I
we
can't
get.
take it. There we go. We go light on the onions.
Okay. Wow. And of course,
Just gonna put a little bit of this vinaigrette.
and this is a lemon vinaigrette,
Oh man, look at
and
this.
just a little bit,
Look at this.
or a little bit more.
Or a little bit more.
A little bit more, and of course, because we can.
Here, I'm gonna move this over to here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it in a moment.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate.
Sorry,
the
master.
sandwich.
Sorry,
No, I'm
master.
gonna rotate the sandwich a little bit. Get
Hold
better
on, a little bit
view.
of cracked pepper
cracked pepper.
because we can.
I mean, guys, look at these layers.
Chon
This
choco
thing
pow wow.
weighs like 3 pounds.
It's like a baby. I think my triplets were. This sandwich weighs more than when my triplets were born.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're gonna have the honors, my friend.
All
Hold
right.
on, we need to give you this
Thank you.
because now I want you to have a firm grip on that sub.
Okay.
I'll be your assistant.
We're gonna
right
close this puppy up.
Now. Oh, close it and slice it.
Give me a suture and some.
And I want you to slice it with the serrated knife. 'Cause
Gotcha.
I think that is the best way to cut a sandwich.
Oh yeah. Get in there.
Chon choco pow wow. We should have some sexy music.
Oh man, We should have sexy music to go along with this. Move that over there.
Like sexy sandwich music.
Look at this sandwich. This is ridiculous. I'm going to center this up on the camera here.
Oh, wow, look at that. Oh,
I
that's right, we
know.
have the monitor in front.
We do, we
Look
do.
at that, it will look like a... Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Center first.
Oh, center first.
Center first.
Going to go right across, you like a little angle.
Ooh, are we going to go angle?
Yeah, we're going to
angle the bastard.
We're going to angle it. There we go. We'll
And
slide
then-
that. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. Wait. Yeah. The prosciutto is a little,
It's fighting
there
back.
We
It's
go.
still alive.
Yes.
Ahaha. Da 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 da. There you go, baby. Slice it. Oh, you're nice. You actually want to share your half a sandwich with people?
I'm going to share. Well, yeah.
I was going to have the other half myself.
Where are you now?
Now,
Got it?
yes, got it. Bring the other slice in. And this is a real show. Look at our hands. They're all shiny because of the beautiful olive oil that is just oozing out of this bad boy.
All right.
All righty, time.
We're about out of time.
Okay,
But it's okay, because we're going to eat.
now we're gonna eat. This is my favorite. The only thing I was missing here is because I couldn't find was the mortadella. I think that will just like cement everything.
Absolutely.
This is your cold sandwich. You can throw this bad boy into the sandwich press and make it a hot one. Next week, all about hot sandwiches, and we're gonna try to do the best we can here. No, we cannot make a Philly cheesesteak because we don't have the.
Yeah, and I think it'd be against the fire marshal goal
Yeah,
to bring
fire
a griddle
marshal
in
would
here.
not be really happy about
But we are
it.
going to make cubanos.
We're gonna make Cuban sandwiches. We're gonna make a Montecristo, croque madame, croque monsieur, and a little bit more. So thank you for watching today. Any comments? Email me. Email the show. Somebody asked me for recipes last week. I sent you a couple of recipes, and please follow us. And I'm too hungry. I can't think.
I know. Well, check us out next week. I'm going to get nice and close.
Oh, you're gonna get it
Check
closer.
us-
Oh, look at
this.
that.
It's beautiful. Isn't
And we're
it
gonna have that
amazing?
now for breakfast.
It's mine.
And he made it. Yeah, it's his. I mean, you can claim it as yours.
Thank you guys for watching. Check us out next week, next Tuesday, 10 o'clock, and we're doing hot sandwiches, baby.
We're doing hot sandwiches live. Not
Live.
pre-recorded, live, danger, smoky style sandwich
Explosions.
presses. Explosion?
Hopefully not.
Oh, okay, good.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.